everyone to the first episode of the AFTERPLAY. My name is David A. Davis, and this is where you should be tuned in to catch everything that's happening on season 4 of Love and Marriage, Huntsville. And just so y'all know, this is not about to be a whole hour of me talking about the show. Like, damn, we just watched the whole episode Saturday. We're not coming back to start talking about it all over again for an hour. So I'm going to keep it sweet and short. You're welcome. And you're probably thinking, of all the reality shows, David, why this one? First of all, I could have done a lot of them because I've seen them all. But this one right here, because it's real people, real issues, making honest moves. It's not flashy, it's easy to follow along, and my anxiety is low. So shout out to my sister-in-law for putting me on because I had no idea it would be this good. Without further ado, let's get into Love and Marriage Season 4, Episode 1.
This trip to Africa, first of all, thank you for understanding that I needed to go alone.
Okay, so it's the opening scene, and Marcel and Tish are at dinner, and they're just pretty much catching up. And it's opening up with Marcel talking about his solo trip to Africa. And he took this trip basically because he needed to get away. Plain and simple. He needed to unplug. He felt depleted. He doesn't like to, I noticed that he doesn't like to claim depression or say that he's depressed or feel depressed. Those emotions he doesn't like to claim, and it can very well be the thing that is making him feel this way. But for lack of better terms, he says he's feeling depleted. I see that, this trip gave him a little bit more of enlightenment. It enlightened him in some ways. It gave him some purpose. It gave him some feels. And I do think it's remarkable that with the trip that he realizes that, time is the thing that he values the most. He's been chasing this money for years. Time is the one thing that you can't get back. He wants to genuinely be that father figure. He wants to be that husband who, ultimately is there physically, and emotionally. And he has to be present in doing that. So I think it's so remarkable that he needed to really break away and go out of the country, And of course, Tish is sitting there and, she's listening, and how I'm seeing her is that she's listening to reply and not to understand. Do you feel like, because I felt like, and then she, here she comes in talking about, I wanted you to go, I allowed you to go, but I feel like I should have went with you. After the man just said he needed to get away, no, I don't need to get away together with you. And I feel like if she really would have understood, okay, even though we're married, we still need to find a way to get back to ourselves. We need to do that self-care. We need to meditate. We need to do things that are separate. And it's okay to do that. And I think he expressed it in so many ways that I need to recharge and I need to get away from your ass just for a little bit. He didn't want to say it, but I'm going to say it for him. I need to get away from your ass, okay? I'm just being honest. And so she put that to the side and she gets right into the mess, which is why we're all here, Marcel Messy. What is the premises of this episode is this picture that he uploaded to social media, which is a cliffhanger from the reunion of the last season as to why is this picture such a big deal, And I'll give you my opinion at the end of this video, but that picture says a lot. And it's got everyone's antennas up. They got so many questions are being asked, and it all points to him why did you post this picture? Why did you feel the need to upload this? Regardless if it was 5 years ago, it was in ATL. It was nothing but the fellas. He definitely broke a guy code that probably was established when they got there. And ultimately, I think that Marcel was being petty. He was being childish. I think it's in him. I think he said in the confessional he's been dealing with this since he was in 3rd grade. Dealing with what? Dealing with mess? Being what I don't get, but I get it. And I think that his childhood is carried over to his adulthood. And I feel like both him and Tish are equally, how can I put this without, they're messy. You know, his is a mature messy, hers is just like, it's high school messy, it's childish messy. And I think that's where they get along the most, is where, did you hear this? Don't do this. Oh, well, this is their relationship, this is their bond, and it's unfortunate, but it's the truth. I see a difference in their relationship and Maurice's relationship with Kimmy. We'll talk about them a little bit, you know, later down the video. But yeah, that was the premises of the dinner. You know, of course, Tisha's kind of like, you know, sitting there trying to press the issue, and he's like, drop it, let it go, and she's still going into it. And it's like he had to turn into like a father figure, like, you know, you need to chill. Like, you need to relax. And ultimately she should have, but we can't keep dancing around this issue because it's gonna come up again.
I'm good. Ready to get this workout in. What's up,
Yes, sir. You know what time it is.
Yeah, man, look a lot different last time I've been in here.
Yeah, man, we changed a few things up, man.
Yeah.
Progression.
So over the last year and a half, I've been going through a lot.
So Martell and Big Lou are at the gym, and they're pretty much discussing what went on at the reunion, Martell's mind, where is he at right now with things. And I will say that of all the things that's going on right now, Martell's only concern is being labeled as the bad guy. And it's this whole Mel's cheating versus his cheating. At the end of the day, there was some cheating going on. We've already established that. Why do we keep rehashing that? I think his biggest concern is like, you know, you did it. And it's kind of immature. It's like, all right, listen, I cheated, you know, I owned up to it. Now it's time to move forward, because now the only label that I feel like that he should really be concerned about is father. Being a father. That's what you need to be concerned about. You know, if, you know, because of your actions as a result of, this is where you and Mel are with the separation, and, you know, you went from seeing your kids every day to seeing them on certain days, and it's not going to be, you know, easy. Anybody on the outside looking in can see that's not going to be an easy transition, because I feel like she's still hurt, and she is in some ways holding that against you. And there's no time on the healing, because he needs to heal and she needs to heal as well. But the main goal overall is the kids. They didn't ask to be in this situation, and when you force them to go through this, there are some emotions. So I feel like him still concerned about being the bad guy, and you did this and you did that. It's just about accountability. You know, you are responsible for your actions. You're responsible for being stupid. You're responsible for anything that might compromise what you got going on. Okay, so let's move forward from that.
Like Marceau in his post.
Oh, my God.
How about that?
Victorious K-I-M, straight shooter, direct, up front, wanted to know, did you cheat? In this scene, Maurice and Kimmy are outside, and they're pretty much kicking it. She's just talking about how, you know, how she's been feeling. You know, they always talk about their feelings up front, and then she gets right to it, like, listen, like, let's stop prancing around. Let's really talk about what went on and what's been lingering over everybody's head. Did you or did you not cheat? And the mere fact that Maurice keeps dancing around, oh, what are you talking? Come on now, you can talk about that cheat. Listen, stop the shenanigans. Cut the BS, and I'm not talking baking soda. Get right to it. You told her long ago, hey, be direct with me, straight answer. So why aren't you living up to that expectation of being direct? You should have been had that conversation. You should have been nipped that in the bud. And actually, I feel like he should have reached out to his brother separately from the group, because that's still, at the end of the day, that's still your blood, and you know him better than anybody else. You need to pull him to the side, and you need to find out, hey, bro, look, forget what everybody else talking about. This is me and you talking. Why did you upload that picture? Like, if you gotta have a whisper voice, hey bro, why you upload that picture? Like, now you know some stuff went down in ATL. I didn't do anything personally, but I'm associated with y'all. So y'all got me looking bad with my family and all these red antennas, and then you got social media putting their twist and their spin on it. So what was your motive? I know you was being petty, but why were you being petty? Did somebody piss you off? Did somebody say something you ain't like? Was it a dare? Like, you gotta ask these questions to get the answers. You gotta get in Marcel's head to figure out, because this is all centered around Marcel and this picture. And was there other things going on that we didn't know about? But like Kimmy said, I don't care what everybody else is doing. They don't come home to me. You come home to me. So why aren't you being upfront with me? Why aren't you telling me what's what? Like, yeah, I know that it was a guy's trip. I get that. I was okay with that. But until I saw the picture, and then now you can kind of see the picture, like, what are y'all doing? What's going on here? Why is it all of a sudden coming up now? Okay? Who needed a storyline? All of these questions would have anybody thinking something went down and nobody's talking. So now that it's out there, we want answers. And that's what it boils down to. But when you're not direct and when you're not upfront about it, then people are going to have speculations. People are going to investigate. People are going to say what they feel, say what they think based on what they see. It turns into, again, Marcel's mess and everybody else involved. That's all. But I do feel like a conversation needs to be had separately, or should have been had separately between the brothers, to talk about, because he could have easily, as quickly as he put it up, hey, take that down quick. But once it hit social media, the nets, everybody has got their hands on it. Either they gonna screenshot it, send it to a group, or screen record, whatever the case may be. Once you put it out there, people can take that and create their own narrative. And that's where we're at right now, in this scene where Kimmy is like, nah, man, y'all got to keep it 100 with me. What really went down? 50 pointers on my neck, dripping in a bag. Yeah! You look like this, you look cute. So Destiny is in the booth and she's just like, I see. Cut. All right. Then Tish comes to visit. They're sitting on the couch. They kicking it. They chatting it up. This is the first time that I got to see Destiny open up about her divorce and, how her lifestyle changed as a result of the divorce, which was a huge moment because she really showed another side of her that I think viewers, much like myself, got an understanding to see, because it's hard to get in front of a camera and really tell your truth and tell your story without feeling judged. And I think I give her an Air 5 for that, because I know for her it's real. I haven't experienced that. I don't know anything about it, but I am definitely empathizing in that sense where lifestyle changed. I can relate to that. Lifestyle, changed. What I was doing before with my money, I'm doing differently now. So kudos to her. And of course, Tish is there and they're kicking it. And this is the first time that Tish is finding out that she's an enemy to Mel. It's just a lot of back and forth about who's friends with who. I don't mess with this person no more. And, maybe there needs to be a conversation between Tish and Melody to figure out whatever their issue is, because I don't like all the back and forth and the talking behind the back, but then I got to be in your presence like everything is okay when it's really not okay, or I don't really want to be around you. Like, let the person know up front, this is how I'm feeling. I didn't like what you said. I'm going to keep my distance and I want you to keep yours, and we're going to move forward. Doesn't happen that way, but these two have become unseemingly close, and I know that it's bothering Mel. of all the things, like, why are you kicking it with her? Of all the people, why you want to kick it with Tish? You know, and that's, I feel like Destiny is like, I didn't think it was a big deal, but you and Mel were cool. You guys were close. And I think with the whole divorce between Martell and Mel, it divided everything. Like, once the divorce happens, who gets custody of me? Where do I go? And so right now it's like, I don't know if people are dropping the loyalty game or whatever the case may be, but Destiny's like, yeah, she told me not to mess with you. And I feel like Mel should have let Tish know where she was coming from. But it didn't happen that way. And it normally never happens that way until after the fact. So, yeah.
Oh, because I'm sorry. I don't be falling for folks. She was in there commenting, talking about.
So Mel and Kimmy are meeting up for wine and cheese, which, by the way, the charcuterie board looks really good. And I really wanted to just reach into the TV and just grab me some. But I like the whole setup. I like, it was very calm. But this is the first time that, I'm seeing them meet up since last season. And, they're talking about, friendships and where they are right now, playing. I like Kimmy because she can read a room, and she knows an energy shift. She watches nuances. She sees all of that, and she noticed a shift in the conversation with Mel as it pertains to her friendship with Destiny and Tish, and what she did and didn't appreciate about whatever went down at the hotel, because obviously something went down. They were talking behind Mel's back, and of course Destiny owned up to it. But the mere fact that it happened and you were talking to someone who accused you, which was Tish accused Mel of ruining her marriage, whatever the case, whatever that debacle was, I just feel like Mel said, she quoted that there is no second chances. And I do believe that is lingering off of the fact of the hurt that she's experienced with Martell, and that cheating, it's bleeding over into her friendships and her relationships. Like, I'm not giving no second chances. I'm not doing, and it could be other things that have happened in her life. But I think this one, between the divorce and then between this friendship, is like, oh yeah, no more second chances. I'm a new person right now. I'm evolving, and I'm not putting up what I put up with before. And she doesn't want them to attend or even know about a pajama party that she's putting together. And just looking at the sneak preview, it looks a little petty, because on one end, you're not messing with Tish, but you seem to invite her cousin. And we'll see that in the season, and as the season progresses. But, once I start building with you, I start building with everybody, if you're going to do it like that. But obviously you're not. So I do see that, again, Mel is like not wanting friends to be friends. If you feel that way about me, I feel that way about you. There are no second chances. You can't hang with me. I don't want to hang with you. It's real high school. But I do agree with Mel in the sense where I'm having something and they can't know about it, and I don't want them invited. So I think Kimmy was shocked, but I wasn't too shocked because it all makes sense. Why would I hang with somebody who don't really mess with me like that?
Question.
Yes, ma'am.
What were you thinking when you made that post on social media?
So we're gonna go straight to the post. Okay.
The last scene, it's a family dinner. The couples are going to another couple's house to have dinner, and I can tell already as Kimmy walks through the door, as Maurice walks through the door, they're on a mission. They've already talked about this. It's kind of premeditated how we're going to handle this. We are about to be direct with them. We need to figure out what's up, what's going on, why it happened, cut all the fluff, what's up. And that's exactly what they did. You know, they sat down, it was a few little conversations lingering, but then it was like, all right, I need to know, did you, what was your purpose of sending that picture? Why did you upload it? You know, Marcel is so nonchalant about it, and that's where this all blows up appears to be messy, because he's like, oh, you know, whatever, but how are you saying whatever and there's a whole tornado around you? End of the day, in the middle of the night, I know something went down in Atlanta. Whether it's 5 years ago, something went down, and everybody's trying to keep everything under wraps. And we'll find out in this season, people know things. And when people stop like holding back and they start really relinquishing this information, it's a wrap. It's a done deal. Because Maurice quotes, this is a cliffhanger, there's so much I don't say that I do know about this whole situation. Well, when you gonna tell me? That's it for me, you guys. This has been the Afterplay. I hope you enjoyed it. We will be back next week for episode 2 of Love and Marriage, Huntsville. Peace.
Won't you come home with me?